shoots up to the upside, break through the 200 moving average. Report came out, I think after hours we got to $18 spot, but then rejected and back down again and failed, created a gap down to the downside. Right now we are in the $11 zone, so I'll be thinking about picking some up and add. Good morning, good afternoon, guys. This is your first time. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. If this is your first time, you're welcome to this channel. Now we're going to be talking about stocks. We're going to be talking about long-term stocks. We're going to be talking about stocks that you want to hold for the future. You want to hold for the long term. That is what you want to do, right? However, this is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock or equity. This is for entertainment purposes only. Now I'll be talking about all these stocks. I'm gonna post them up on my Twitter as well as on my stock tweet as well, if I cannot analyze all on this channel now or on this video. What is going on in the market is very simple, because we have Fed that came in and increased interest rate, right, 75 basis points. And all of a sudden the market did push all the way high, but then rejected on the hourly what I call the head and shoulder level. So we couldn't get past the right side of the shoulder. We got past it but got sold off because you want to also trap the long position. So all the way the market took a dive back to even around the 368 area and bounce off that level again. So now that area is the area where you need to keep an eye out on. All right, now let's get into the stocks. So what we're gonna do here, we're gonna talk about the market first, right, which I already touched a little bit. Now we have the SPY, which is our S&P ETF, right? Now what we're looking at here is the market pulling this W pattern, which is a very bullish pattern, right? But guess what happened? We got to the top, which is the resistance area, and the market rejected it into Fed's, right? Fed's action. So for now, what we're really looking for is for the market to really hold this 368 370 area as a form of a base, which is right here. Okay, so if we can hold this area, I think we can continue to push to the upside. All right, but if 380 breaks and hold, we'll continue to push right into 390. But for now, we need price to really hold our 20 exponential moving average on this market, 375. That is the area we're expecting the market to hold. Volume came in, of course, and I'll be looking for more to the upside in the market. If we can break past through this 380, we should be all right. First stock that I'm going to talk about is going to be Apple. Apple right now also really came up with their earnings report and got sold into, right? And right now we're back to retesting this level. Most times when a stock does the breakout, okay, the breakout, they tend to get into what I call the resistance level and then back to retesting, right? So we did get pushed through into this level 152 and all of a sudden pulled back, but we never got to retest this level, right? Then we started, bouncing back up again into resistance level, which is our ultimate area, which is our 200 moving average. If you are trading, you want to be watching critical level like the 20 exponential moving average, the 50 exponential moving average, and the 200 simple moving average. So see how price really got to this area, rejected that area, and all of a sudden push all the way back down, right? So now we're retesting this downtrend break, this area right here. This is where we're retesting right now. So right now we have to watch and make sure 135 really holds as a support. Right now we have 138 38 close, and 135 is going to act as our support for now. So keep an eye out on Apple. The earnings report also didn't help Apple as well, so keep an eye out on that name. Next one is going to be Block, which is aka Square. Right now Square at this point push lower to retest this base level. So this is the bottom which we bounced right off of, created this gap into creating another what I call the doji, right? So right now 62.50 or 63 is going to act as our resistance, which is this trend right here. So if we can break there, we'll continue to push to the upside, but for now our 50 exponential moving average is going to act as our immediate resistance, so keep an eye out on that level as well. Next is DKNG. Why DKNG? DKNG was doing perfectly great when before the report came out. DKNG really did shoot up to the upside, break through the 200 moving average. Report came out, I think after hours we got to $18 spot, but then rejected and back down again and failed, created a gap down to the downside. Right now we are in the $11 zone, so I'll be thinking about picking some up and add to my long-term position. Okay, my average is about $14, but right now we did sold off into $11, so I'll be looking for a base and see if this will base around this $11. Okay, with risk into $10, I'll be adding to my long-term position on DKNG. Also, there's another one we want to talk about is Microsoft. Microsoft also took a deep dive down to this downtrend, so we're retesting this area now. 215 is your area to watch for support. Okay, QCOM as well, QCOM, we're looking at support right around here and we bounce right off. We need to fill this gap. If we can fill this gap, then we should be all right on QCOM, right? ABVI, ABBV, this is also another long term that I like. They pay dividend as well. So right now I'm looking for price really reaction around this area. Right now we have this beautiful spinning top here, so if we can break through 145 and continue to push to the upside, we should be all right. So keep an eye out on that. This doji, we don't know because it looks like a very beautiful cross to me, so I'll be expecting more to the upside to come because the buyers really came in and pushed this through the 200 moving average. So keep an eye out on Abiva as well. We're also talking about the banks. The banks really doing good, breaking through 200 moving average. They broke through 200 moving average, back down to retest that level and then bouncing off that level again. So keep an eye out on West Fargo. We also got about JP Morgan. What is JP Morgan doing? JP Morgan is just creating highs and highs and highs. So right now we have this trend that we're going to watch, this upside trend, downtrend, side trend. So keep an eye out, see if this trend really holds and continue to push to the upside. One or another will break, either to the upside or to the downside. So keep an eye out on JP Morgan. With the market even pulling lower, the banks are also pushing higher. So keep an eye. Financial, relatively speaking, PYPL right now, PayPal pull all the way back down to $75 and also touches about 71. So right now this area is the support. If we can break through this level right here, we should be all right to continue to push to the upside. So keep an eye out on PayPal. Amazon last week I added on Thursday, I added to the long side on Amazon. Right now that brings my average down to about $100, so 10 points away, and I'll see how it pays around this $90 zone, $88. So keep an eye out on Amazon. Amazon is for the long term, it's not for short term. ARNC, this one right now, we got this trend right now that I'll be watching. This is the trend I'm gonna keep my eye out on, and also with the 50 exponential moving average right around 2148. With 22 as our resistance, so keep an eye out on that as well. SYNH, what about this? This also, they did report earnings and took a dive down to the downside, and from almost $50 all the way below 25. Guys, this is crazy. So keep an eye out as well. Looking at it on Finviz, okay, they also reported their third quarter, which is 2022 results, and right now is also a low float, so that speaks volume as well. So keep an eye out. I think there's possible chance that we may bounce as soon as we find support on that beautiful name SYNH. So keep an eye out on that as well. Master as well, MasterCard. Right now you see how JP Morgan and Wells Fargo, they're doing good. You know, the MasterCard, they're not really doing good. Visa, MasterCard, they're just still hovering just around their support. So keep an eye out on this $300 zone right here. This is going to act as our support for now if the 310 area fails. Also have Team TEAM. Right now we created a gap on report, so right now we'll be looking for some form of consolidation to support. So if we can support right around 120, and then we should be alright. 120, 125 is going to act as that area of support, so see if we can continue to push to the upside. The indication was right here when we broke this area, tried to bounce, then we couldn't, and we got that report. ANET as well. ANET is another one. Right now we're trying to break the barriers, we're trying to break through level 135 is going to be our ultimate resistance if this immediate resistance doesn't hold on ANET. Next is going to be Meta. Meta also has been really trying to hold this $90 zone. If we can hold this spot, then we can bounce off right into $100 as soon as the market starts making headwinds. Just like Netflix did, I'm expecting this gap to fill at some point in time on Meta as well. Now talking about Netflix, what do we have on Netflix? We have Netflix trying to retest the 200 moving average. If it holds that area, then we'll continue to push to the upside. But guess what? On Friday it did pull lower off of that 200 moving average support. Right now we are holding 250, 251 as our support for now. If it comes and hold, then we'll continue to bounce the upside on that name. NVDA also, NVDA is another one. NVDA right now 145 is our area to watch. Keep an eye out on 145. 145 holds and breakthrough and holds, then we should be looking to push into 160 or even 184 on NVIDIA. But for now, 135 and 130 is going to act as our support. Tesla not really doing good right now because of the issue with Twitter and price increase and price drop on Tesla models. So right now we're looking for price around these 205, 203. This area is the area of support right now, this trend right here. So if price can hold this spot, then we can continue to push to the upside. But for now, if $200 203 handle fail, then we can see 180 on Tesla. So keep an eye out on Tesla as well. Coinbase right now, we're looking for price to really reclaim the $65 spot. Okay, right now 58 close with 55 as support. So right now we're looking for a reclaim of that $65 spot. So keep an eye out on that as well. Finally, not the final, but I'll post the remaining one on my stock tweet and on my Twitter account. Right now we're looking at different levels right here. We're looking at these levels on Google. I added to my position on Google around the $85 spot, and then we closed 86.70. So if this area continue to hold as a support, then we can bounce off this area into $90. So keep an eye out. This is the next resistance zone on this name. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for your time. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. If you have any questions, concern, or you can email me at tradingsuccessshow@gmail.com. This is your boy Francis. Have a fantastic weekend, guys.